Can you hear me? Yep. Yeah? Okay. Thank you. So, first of all, apologize for my English. English is not my mother tongue, but il mio italiano non è troppo bene. So, I try to do my best in English. And I'm going to talk about micro-influencers, the way Takumi was talking. We are a platform of 20,000 micro-influencers in 28 countries, more or less. I'm going to show you some examples later. This is a typical blah, blah, blah. We're running 20 countries and we have offices in 5 countries. And we have a wide audience of 1,200 million of reach, you know, only with micro-influencers. You know that the world is changing. So back 20 years ago, we sat with our fathers and we were talking with them, you know, like, what have you done today in the school, wherever. Right now, no one talks because every one of us has their own tablet, their own mobile phone, their own whatever, and your son maybe is usually telling you that, okay, you can read my Instagram, you can read my blog, whatever. My Snapchat, no, because people over 21 cannot use Snapchat, you know, it is impossible, it's technically proved. But the thing is that 25% of the people right now are millennials, and they haven't seen TV in their whole life. 78% of these millennials usually watch YouTube for more than 2 hours per day. They haven't seen any, even if Real Madrid is playing with Juventus, they're not going to see the TV. They don't want to watch TV. So there is something that is changing in today's world. I've been living in Miami for the last 3 years, and every time I see this, I got surprised. You know, the ingenuity of the American people. 76% of the American people don't think that brands tells the truth in their advertisement. What are the other 24% things? You know, this is a couple of big advertisers that mostly you know. This is Burger King. That's the way they advertised in the past. They promised you, you know, like a big burger, beautiful burger. When you go to the counter, this is what you get. Okay? It's exactly the same with McDonald's. McDonald's promised you like a very big, very, you know, nice hamburger that, you know, it doesn't fit into the box. So they were, you know, they weren't exactly telling us the truth the whole life. Today that's impossible because I got my Instagram and I know how to use it. You know, you are not going to be watching ads like that again. That's the beauty of the social network, and that's what micro-influencer is getting. You know. But first of all, you know, who is an influencer? What is an influencer? Ronaldo is an influencer? Justin Bieber is an influencer? You know, depends. I mean, Ronaldo could be an influencer for soccer, maybe for sport, I don't know, sport clothes, something like that. But Ronaldo is not an influencer, maybe in the educational space or the food space, and exactly the same for Justin Bieber. I mean, you know, this is how Ronaldo usually looks. So he's not my influencer, you know, when I'm going to buy some clothes. I was first interviewed in Forbes like 2 years ago. I was, you know, very excited to be quoted in Forbes. And I was speaking with the girl, with the journalist for more than an hour. We were speaking about the micro-influencer, the influencer, Snapchat, all these things. And, you know, I was imagining myself, you know, in Forbes like these big figures like Warren Buffett, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, even Trump was in Forbes. When they finally published my interview, I'm sorry, it's in Spanish, they said, if I'm going to cook lentils, I will call my mom. You know, after an hour and a half speaking with the journalist, this is the thing that she was impressed the most with. So if I'm going to cook lentils, I will phone my mom. And that's exactly the truth. I mean, Ronaldo will be my influencer in soccer, but if I'm going to cook lentils, I will phone my mom, even if my mom only has 100 friends in Facebook. You know, any one of us is not, you know, we are not using Facebook now, because Facebook is like, for all this, we are using Instagram. Tomorrow, let's see. But that's completely true. You always have a friend who knows more than you will do about cars, about lentils, whatever. Yeah. So the conclusion was, the real influencer is your mother, your wife, your husband, wherever. In fact, your mother, and you know that. So influencer marketing is not new. This is, this is 20 years ago. When people went to buy a car, the first influencer was the word of mouth, and this is exactly the same as influencer marketing. Even before them, TVs, articles, newspapers, magazines, etc. Exactly the same with electronics. When you want to buy the new iPhone or the new Android, you use, or people usually ask you because you are their influencers in this market. I guess that many people ask you, what is iPhone X? iPhone X, iPhone 10, what difference is between iPhone X and iPhone 8? And you always tell, okay, let's take a look at Google. I don't know, I don't mind. But this is what people are influenced by. I mean, 80% of the purchases come directly from advice of a friend, relative, influencer, even your mother. eMarketeer published that 80% of the purchase. Okay? The thing is that amateurs are the new famous. Anyone who knows this guy here? It is called Keenan Halley. Let's see a video, only a piece. He's trying to do a lip dance. We can skip that because it doesn't improve. I mean, he has 55 million views of this particular video. He had an illness. He couldn't go outside too often, so he started doing lip dance at home in his room. You know, if my mom, was seeing that room, she would get mad about that. But the thing is that he's not famous, and Andy Warhol told us in the future everyone will be famous for 15 minutes, right? So today anyone can be famous in 15 minutes. And let's see what happened. The room is still like dirty. Everything is like crazy, but I see you, baby. Okay, she headed to the dance floor and she slowly started popping it. Something like my wrist piece, everybody got to watching it. You got the secret treasure, I'm gon' put a lock on it. Don't care what they say, I would be stupid if you're not on it. Heard you got that sticky. Let's go and take 9 shots, we'll just call it 50. And I know the licky to the hickey. And I got that ripper running, keep you running till you empty. Oh, you look so sweet, but you were the eyes. Get your physique. Girl, you are a beauty, but my mind on a beast. They must have been tripping till I left me off a leash. I like the way you ride with that booty on me. Shawty, you a die while you're looking lonely. Go buy another round and it's all on me. As long as I'm around, put it down on me. Just put it down on me, put it down on me. Down on me, put it down on me. Don't throw it off the mound, show me how it's gonna be. Girl, all I really want is you down on me. Put it down on me. Party jump shot, she's a perfect team. She got the hips, to go the hips, and drop it down like it's nothing. She just like an hourglass. You see how fast it never pass. Time flies when I'm on that air, but I won't put us, don't let it work. Right, he has seen improved, but now 50 Cent is singing with him. It's like, wow, 70 million people watch this video, and now he's performing with David Guetta and all these, superstars. So he's anonymous. I mean, no one knows that guy, right? So many people, I guess that many people usually ask you, and of course ask me, is the influencer marketing safe? Because I have heard that someone could publish whatever. Yeah, I mean, the influencer marketing is safe, especially with micro-influencers, because micro-influencers, any one of us, we don't have followers, we have friends. So if I'm a vegan, which in fact I'm not, but if I were a vegan and I was publishing something about meatballs or something like that, my friends will be asking me, where are you publishing that? So they cannot promote anything that they don't like, even by money. I mean, they have friends. This is a campaign that we did in the past. This is a Greek yogurt, a frozen yogurt, and we pay people like $3, $4, $5, depending on the number of followers that they have, to publish, these beautiful pictures about the yogurt. And the funny thing is that the yogurt usually costs more than what the people was getting. So this yogurt usually costs like $5, $6, and many of the influencers that join the campaign, they get paid like $2, $3. So they don't do anything about the money. They do that because they like to be part of the advertising of the brands. And when we talk about brand safety, it happens the same in traditional media. So when you see in a newspaper and they say, shotgun inside a vehicle, and sometimes the contextual ad says, okay, BMW, do you like riding? And it's happening again and again, but no one asks about that, right? Some success stories about micro-influencers. These are some of the brands that we are working with, especially the Formula. We started working with Formula 3 years ago in the past. You were here. Okay, we put like 800 tweets in Latin America, especially Mexico and Colombia, that are the biggest countries there, you know, to promote the event in the Festival of Video Latin America, getting a reach of 5 million people. And I think that this campaign cost something like $5,000, which is nothing compared to other types of publicity. This is Freixenet. This is a champagne brand. So they took like beautiful pictures, beautiful people still out there, you know, to promote that. This is something that we can do manually, even because we only select 20 or 26 influencers. The things that Vodafone, for instance, they usually do campaigns with us. They usually take 1,000 people tweeting at the same time, and you can do that manually. You know, you can select 1,000 people, and you can, you know, the funny thing with the micro-influencer and this type of platforms is that you cannot pay 1,000 people. You know, it is a mess paying 1,000 people. So that's the beauty of this type of platform. This is Subway. Again, you know, if you take only 12 persons, you can do it manually. But when you get 600 people tweeting at the same time, you can't do that manually, right? So they got this particular campaign here in Mexico. They do like 600 tweets promoted, and they got almost twice retweets, which is free for the client. And the retweet thing was crazy. It's like 130 million audience in Twitter for the client, for Subway, and it was for free. This is something what we have done with Renault in the Mother's Day last week. So there is a button. When you arrive safe to your destination, you press the button, and your mom is informed that you have arrived safe. This is only to, you know, for fun. 25 people published that. They got 1,200 comments about that. This campaign cost like $2,000, something like that. So it's nothing. Renault, again, they ask people to do a funny face, a speedy face, because they want to promote Renault in Formula 1. And this is real people. I mean, people with 20 likes, 100 likes, 300 likes, but in total, they have almost 20,000 likes. The campaign cost $5,000. So you got a lot of interaction here. And yes, to end with this example.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5.
They were asked to do a lip up.
What's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got that. I've been forgotten, I Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Did you know that? This is the rhythm of the night. The night. Oh, yeah.
There are, you know, different campaigns doing lip labs in the car. Each one costs like $100. One of them has like 100 retweets. The other one has 200 retweets, and these retweets are for free for the client. And what's next about micro-influencer? I think that there is a new trend, which is the employee advocacy. We also have a tool for that, Social Reacher, and this is to become, you know, to make your workmates or to make your employees become ambassadors too. And the good thing is that you don't have to pay for that because they are already your ambassadors, but you have to incentivize them. If not, it's not going to work. So I don't want to take more time because it's 4:15. We have a booth outside. If you have any other question or something that you want to ask, or you want to do a free demo of the platform, and we'll be happy to do that. And remember, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So also in Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So bigger is not always better. And thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.